Hello again YouTube, and welcome back to another episode of On the Allotment with me, the Ford Seasons Wanderer. It's a very sunny but blustery day here on the allotment, and I've came up because I've got some peppers that I want to repot into bigger pots out the modulars, and I'll also show you in the greenhouse what else is going on, because a little bit's changed in the last week or so. So I'm going to show you what I've brought up, then I'll explain a little bit about potting them, and then obviously we'll progress on them.
We'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on.
I just want to show you this because I believe this is a good buy. So I've been into Wilco's, like some gardeners do. Some of the stuff's good, some of the stuff isn't so good. But these pots here are excellent. So you can buy 5 of them for £2.50, I believe it is. I got 10. £1.50 for the smaller pots. Same pots as the big ones but smaller. They're about £1.50. For £1 you can get the little trays for them to sit on, so that's that. And I also got some little ones, little trays for the littler pots as well. So for under a tenner, there you go, or £10 there I give, there you go. And that's ideal, that's what you want. So obviously I'm going to take these out here. In fact, actually, these ones here, that's the experimental ones that we did. The same with these in the corner, that's the ones where we harvest the seeds from the supermarkets. These are the ones out of the packets, and I'm leaving these up here. These are actually some lettuces that I've started to bring on. So I'm going to pot these into the bigger pots because they're ready for it. I may not keep them all because I've actually got loads, and I've actually got some down home as well. So I'm probably only going to pot up. I want to do as many of the experimental ones as I can, and I'll pick the best ones out of the ones that I've got in the modular, because really at this point in time I haven't really got the space in the house for all these. I could be actually doing with either like a greenhouse at home that I can have like a heater on all the time, but because this is up here I can't just leave like something burning away, unless you know something that can be battery operated that I can leave on. Because what's actually happened before is there was another gentleman on the allotments, and he had one of the paraffin burners that you have in the greenhouse. And what happened is he set it away, and during the night obviously it went out, but the soot still kept continuing on, and it filled his greenhouse full of soot, and it killed all the plants off, like, you know. So I don't want to run the risk. But as you can hear, the wind's battering it, but we're all good. So gonna crack on. I'm gonna open some of these. Well, actually I don't need to open that pack because that's full, this box now. And I'm gonna repot some of these into the bigger pots, some of the peppers. So they actually might just live the life out in these, to be fair. So that's it. Okay. Right, now then YouTube. So I've just given me a little compost, a quick mix round, breaking any lumps out, you know. So it's fine, so it's lovely stuff. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of the biggest pots. Probably going to fill it just over halfway. There's actually some notchings inside the pot. You're probably not seeing the camera, but there's a few notches halfway up, so you can basically see. But all I'm going to do is I'm just going to take it, fill the pot halfway up, making sure there's no big lumps and bumps. The problem that I've got now is because we've planted them in here, they're not in individual modules, so it's going to make it a little bit harder to separate them. But we're going to take our time, and I think the best way to do it is just take the whole clump out, split it up into its own individual segments. So now you can see there, it's got a lovely root system at the bottom there. And all we're going to do is we're just going to plant that in, so it goes up to the top there like that. And then all I'm wanting to do is just put a little bit of compost round the base of the plant, give it a little bit of a firm push in. Obviously don't go too hard, just pat it in, you know, just give it a little bit more in there. Just give it a nice little pat in. I've actually, before I put the camera on, I actually give this compost a little bit of water, so it's quite moist. So now, as you can see, it's in there lovely. And what we're going to do is we're just going to give it a little spray. And there is one done there now. Okay, so I'm not going to show you as doing every single one of them. I'm just going to obviously show you how I go about, like, you know what I mean. I've showed you one. I'm going to continue and blast on and do the rest of them, and then obviously you can see when I'm finished the outcome of them all as well. Okay, right, so what I've done now is I've got 5 pots of the experimental peppers that we did, and what I'm going to do now is these are the shop bought ones and the modulars. Don't know if you can see. I'm going to plant up 5 of the best ones of them as well. I've got loads left, but I'll have to go and get some more pots, because I want to use the smaller pots, these ones here, for obviously starting off my pumpkins, which I'll do at the end of this month. Might be a bit early, but off my results off last year, it seems to work fine for me, that. So that's what I'm going to do. But I'll just spin these round just so you can have a look. So I've got these all potted in there now, you know, and they should do great. But that was just a little I'll tell you a little tip as well. So when you've initially put your compost into the pot, you want to just give it a little tap on the hard surface, and it just helps the air pockets come out of the soil a bit and helps compact it down a little bit, because you don't want it to be too firm. And basically one of the things that you want to do is, obviously once you put the seedling in, you want to just pat it down round just to give it something to firm off to. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn you round and I'm going to show you how I knew when it was time to obviously repot them. So this is how I knew it was time that it was ready for them to be repotted. So when a pepper plant, or any other plant really, is starting to grow, the 2 first leaves, the big ones here that you can see, that's the germination leaves, and the 2 little ones in between, that's the first true leaves. So once they start to grow, then it's time to repot them. Now some people would feed these when they put them in, but I've got really good compost here and I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to see how we get on from now. But that's how you tell when it's time to repot these peppers anyhow. I'm just going to show you this now, because this is a problem that some gardeners have, other people don't. This modular is a cheap modular, okay? So the bottom is very, very flimsy, you know. Not only that, I tried to use some of Wilco's own branded compost that you add the water to, and it was rubbish. It doesn't hold. So an easy way to get these out is by using a spoon aside, and you don't want to dig it out. What you're looking to do here is just, this is awkward, this, because obviously I'm trying to, you just want to come up the side and bring it out like that. Do you see there? I'm amazed I managed to do that like with one hand. But that's what you want to do, and then that, you can see the root at the bottom there. The root at the bottom there, everything's all good, and that's a nice one to plant there. Okay, and that's how you do it. Right YouTube, I'm just going to give you a quick tour of what we've got in. I think I'm going to do this in a bit of a video format, and then I'm going to just add maybe word descriptions underneath each thing instead of me talking. Okay, and after that, that's going to be the end of the video. So I'd just like to say thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, and also if you've got any ideas that you think maybe I should do better or anything like that, just let me know, okay, and I'll look into it. But like I say always, stay safe, keep on wandering until the next time. Enjoy this short segment. Thanks.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading